In this episode of the Misconceptions of the IT industry, I will be discussing the perils of procrastination and why it's your worst enemy in the information technology industry. But before I get started, I have to mention that anyone who will be working in the information technology industry will come to an understanding that it's impossible to complete every single task that you're assigned to do on a daily basis. Some people might disagree, but let me finish. As an IT professional, it's your responsibility to keep pace with innovation. That's an impossible feat because innovation is working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You could ask any IT professional in the industry on how they can pace with innovation. They will provide you with some tips on what they do to try to stay on par, but there's an old saying that can't be disputed. That is, technology is new today and old tomorrow. In other words, technology is constantly improving. It's your job as an IT professional to stay up to date with the latest developments in technology and to continuously learn new skills and techniques in order to continue to be effective in your job role. This task alone can be a constant battle. So if you procrastinate in any of your job duties, even not attempting to keep up with innovation, it can have a drastic effect on your IT career. With that being said, let's begin our discussion. What is procrastination? Simply put, it's the act of delaying or postponing tasks or responsibilities. We've all been guilty of it at some point or another, whether it's putting off a project you have to complete for a family member or work, or avoiding a chore around the house. But in the information technology industry, procrastination can have serious consequences. One reason procrastination is especially harmful is that it can lead to missed deadlines. In this field, deadlines are often tight and non-negotiables. Missing a deadline can have serious consequences, such as losing a client or damaging your reputation. Even if you're able to complete a task eventually, the extra time and effort you put in to catch up can be stressful and detrimental to your overall productivity. Procrastination can also lead to subpar work. When you're rushing to meet a deadline, you may not have the time to thoroughly research and understand the task at hand. This can result in a rushed and incomplete final product. In the information technology industry, where attention to detail is critical, this could be a major problem. Another issue with procrastination in the information technology industry is that it can hold you back from advancing in your career. If you're constantly missing deadlines or turning in subpar work, it's unlikely that you'll be considered for promotions or new opportunities. On the other hand, a track record of meeting deadlines and producing high-quality work is essential for advancing in your career. So, how can you combat procrastination and avoid these negative consequences? Here are a few tips. Set realistic goals and deadlines. It's important to be honest with yourself about how long a task will take and to set a deadline accordingly. This will help you stay on track and avoid the last-minute rush. Break large tasks into smaller ones. It can be overwhelming to tackle a big project all at once. By breaking it down into smaller, more manageable tasks, you'll be able to make progress without feeling overwhelmed. Find a system that works for you. Some people find it helpful to make a to-do list, while others prefer to schedule specific blocks of time for certain tasks. Experiment with different approaches to find what works best for you. Get rid of distractions. It's easy to get sidetracked by emails, social media, or other distractions when you're trying to work. Consider closing unnecessary tabs or apps, or finding a quiet place to work if possible. Seek help when needed. If you're struggling with a task or deadline, don't be afraid to ask for help. Whether it's a colleague or a supervisor, there are likely people who can support you and help you get back on track. Procrastination can be a major roadblock in our information technology industry, but with a little planning and effort, it's possible to overcome it. By setting realistic goals, breaking tasks into smaller ones, finding a system that works for you, getting rid of distractions, and seeking help when needed, you can keep procrastination from holding you back in your career. In addition to the negative impacts on deadlines, work quality, and career advancement that we've already discussed, procrastination can also take a toll on your mental and physical health. The stress and anxiety that comes with waiting until the last minute to complete a task can have serious consequences for your well-being. It can lead to feelings of inadequacy and low self-esteem, and can even contribute to the development of mental health conditions like depression and anxiety. Physical health can also be affected by procrastination. The added stress and lack of sleep that often come with procrastination can weaken the immune system and increase the risk of physical health problems. Procrastination can also have negative impacts on your personal life. When you're constantly rushing to meet deadlines or trying to catch up on tasks, it can be difficult to find time for your friends and family. This can lead to strained relationships and a lack of balance in your life. It's important to recognize that overcoming procrastination is a process, and it may not happen overnight. But by being proactive and taking steps to address the issue, you can improve your productivity and well-being in the IT industry and in your personal life. One strategy for overcoming procrastination is to identify the root causes of your delays. Are you struggling with a lack of motivation or focus? Are you feeling overwhelmed by the scope of the task at hand? Once you understand what's causing your procrastination, you can take steps to address the issue. For example, if you're struggling with motivation, it might be helpful to set small goals and reward yourself when you reach them. This can help to build momentum and keep you motivated to keep going. If you're feeling overwhelmed, it might be helpful to break the task down into smaller, more manageable pieces or to seek help from a colleague or supervisor. Writing out tasks and the next steps. This can help you clarify your thoughts and goals and help you stay organized and avoid confusion. This can also save you time and energy. Another effective strategy for overcoming procrastination is to create a plan and stick to it. This might involve setting aside specific blocks of time for work, scheduling breaks to recharge, and setting aside time for relaxation and fun activities. By creating a structured plan, you can help to keep yourself on track and avoid falling into the trap of procrastination. It's also important to be kind to yourself and recognize that it's normal to encounter setbacks along the way. If you find yourself falling back into old habits, don't beat yourself up. Instead, focus on what you can do to get back on track and keep moving forward. In conclusion, procrastination is your worst enemy in the information technology industry because it can lead to missed deadlines, subpar work, and a lack of career advancement. It can also have negative impacts on your mental and physical health and your personal relationships. However, by taking steps to understand and address the root causes of your procrastination, and by creating a plan and sticking to it, you can overcome this challenge and improve your productivity and well-being in our information technology industry. This episode of the Misconceptions of the IT Industry, Procrastination is Your Worst Enemy as an Information Technology Professional has came to an end. Stay tuned for future episodes of the Misconceptions of the IT Industry. Until then, farewell.